City series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Dorenbecker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree. What's up, everybody? It's Sneakerhead M.Chex. I got the 2025 Taxi 12s releasing Saturday, November 8th. So as usual, we're going to take a close detail look at the shoe from all angles. I'm going to put these on and step around them so y'all can see they look on feet. After that, I'm going to share my opinion on the shoe, and then I'm going to talk about release predictions, when to buy, reselling predictions, when to sell, and all that stuff. So let's get right to it. Tumble leather on the upper, smooth texture, not shiny or glossy at all. The laces on these aren't as thick as they are on the OG, which I'm not surprised about because we have yet to get that same lace thickness since the OG. Then up here they have the gold eyelets as per usual. Quality's as expected. Got your usual variation of defects and stuff, but nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like 12s don't really have too many crazy defects. A lot of pairs, like right here, this pair is actually good. It's evenly lined up. And this is not the first time we've seen this on 12s, but if you look at this other shoe, it's not quite as even. You see how this part kind of overlaps there? You'll see that vary a lot pair to pair, and that's really normal because a lot of the OGs were like that. But yeah, I mean, overall, leather is good. Nothing to really complain about, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. Usual shape on these, that banana cut, as some like to call it. A lot of people, myself included, would like to see the 12s get that OG shape back, where this part right here, most specifically like the bottom part, just comes up a little bit more and has like a thicker shape, higher cut coming down here. That's why I said people call this the banana cut, because it just comes down a little bit lower and kind of has like a more of a banana shape than the OG has. But for some reason, they just don't want to give us that original shape. We haven't gotten it for real since like the 2000s, so I don't know why, but maybe the next round of OG 12s will get that OG shape. Hopefully. No surprises back here either. Red 23, Jordan in gray. Quality inspired by the greatest player ever. Another red Jumpman up here surrounded by that taxi yellow. Everything is as it always is. Size tags on the tongue, all black interior, red Jumpman on the insoles. Out of all the OG Jordan 12s, these may have the best outsole. Love the way the yellow or the taxi pops right here. Then the red Jumpman up at the top is just the perfect extra compliment. Not that the bottom really matters that much, but it's always cool when it looks nice like this. They come in the same box. We've been getting all the 12s in lately. The modern OG 12s box. Usual beige and white paper on the inside. And here's the box label. Air Jordan 12 Retro in white, black, and taxi. Here's a quick all-around view of the shoe. Alright, now let's see they look on feet.
If I fucked your bitch, she told you we just friends. Lie to you again, that was just pretend. If I fucked your bitch, I probably got head too. No disrespect towards you, but that bitch don't love you. If I fucked your bitch, it's because she let me. Don't be trying to press me, cause shit could get messy. If I fucked your bitch, we keeping it real low. You might not.
Good retro for sure. No major difference from the OG really, except for the shape, which to some isn't even a major difference. The taxis have been very consistent over the years, release to release. They definitely tease us a lot in between releases with stuff like low top pairs and similar pairs like red taxis and royalty 12s. But when they do release the taxis, the regular original taxis, they always do them right with little to no changes. Y'all know how they love to change shit sometimes on retro, so I always appreciate when they don't deviate like that and give us what we actually want, even if we have to wait a little while. And honestly, the time that we had to wait for these wasn't bad. I know 12 years is a long time in general, but not when it comes to a shoe like this getting retro. When they be re-releasing shit after 3, 4, 5, even 6 years, I feel like that's way too soon, especially for a shoe as durable as 12s. When they do it with silhouettes that don't age as well, I still feel like 6 years or less is crazy, especially when there's plenty of classic colorways I could think of that we haven't seen in decades that they could be re-releasing as opposed to stuff that we just got like a couple of years ago. But 12s, being as durable as they are, definitely don't need to come out as frequently. They don't have a midsole that we have to worry about crumbling like a lot of silhouettes or paint chipping anywhere like the 3 and 4s get on the midsole relatively quickly. They don't even have any translucent parts on them that we got to worry about getting discolored over time. You can wear 12s for a long time before you have to worry about them separating or this part right here cracking. I still wear my Flint 12s from 2003 and there's no signs of separation. This little part right here is coming apart, but it's still there. It ain't stopping me from wearing them. But I say all that to say 12s last a lot longer than a lot of other Jordans. 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 8s, 9s, 2s. Those are going to go a lot sooner, but you know, your 12s, your 11s, 10s, 7s, 13s, they're made up a little differently, so basically they last longer. So I feel like the 12 years in between retros was fine. Gave people time to really miss the shoe. And I explained in my Red Taxis review how the longer wait and releases like Red Taxis and Royalty 12s in between get us to appreciate these classic colorways more than we would if they just dropped this exact original colorway more frequently. I'm curious to see when they'll do Obsidians again. I'm not looking for them personally, but now that the Taxis are re-releasing again, that'll mean that we got a retro for every OG 12 colorway recently except for the Obsidians. Now I know Obsidians are by far the least popular OG 12 colorway, and that's got to be the reason they haven't released as frequently as the other four. A lot of people tend to forget or don't even know that the Obsidians are part of that OG set of 12s. I mean, they are the least attractive of the group, and it's the only pair that Jordan didn't wear in any games in the NBA to my knowledge, so I understand it, but they've actually only retroed one time, ever. They dropped originally in 97, and then the only retro they had in 2012. I know they did that Indigo pair recently that resembles them really heavily, so they'd probably be better off waiting to release the Obsidians at this point, to be honest, but we'll see. I just feel like they came out in 2012, it's been 13 years, and not that people are asking for them like that, but I noticed that they usually try to drop 12s like around the same time, but we'll see. But yeah, enough about the Obsidians. I didn't mean to get off topic. Let me know how you feel about these and where they rank among the other Taxi 12 releases from 1996, 2008, and 2013. I remember back when I first got these, I didn't even want them. I really wanted the Bread 11s. I'd never had a pair before, and I was super thirsty for them. And my first opportunity to get the Breads was in the 11s and 12s countdown package that had the Bread 11s and Taxi 12s. So that's really why I got them, for the 11s. But I wasn't really that into the Taxis. They did end up growing on me a little bit over the years, but not that much. I didn't even end up keeping my pair for that long. The hype on them was pretty serious back then, and I realized that the money that I could get from selling them could buy me something that I liked more. So that's what I did. I don't remember how much I sold them for or what pair I ended up getting with the money, but I'm probably going to do the same thing this time. I know that may be a little surprising. I usually tend to gravitate towards a lot of the classic colorways like this, but I think because I didn't really love them as a kid and I didn't own them for that long, the nostalgia doesn't really hit the same. And they're cool. I think they look good on me, but there's just too many other shoes that I like more to really want to buy these or keep them. But leave me a comment and let me know if you plan on copping these or not. Retail's $215. I feel like they'll be relatively easy to get, but I don't think we'll get to see them sitting around like the French Blues ended up doing. Seeing other classics like Fire Red 5s, Aqua 8s, and Shattered Backboards sit around in stores the way they did and still are, I wouldn't be surprised if these did too. I just feel like the colorway on these might save these from that. This black and white colorway that's really easy to match with is most likely going to have more people going for them because of that. So I kind of got a feeling they're going to sell out, at least at first. And they may not, but I just feel like most black and white shoes like this do. I know they always restock releases like these, so they may sell out at first and sit a little after the restocks, but even if that were to happen, I don't see them sitting around for long. Bigger sizes will definitely be more sought after, but there should be a decent amount of pairs releasing and a lot of retailers getting them, so don't be that person that just goes and pays market for them right away if you miss out on the sneakers app. They're going to be mad other retailers that get these, so check a couple of other places first and don't do that panic purchase. If you don't hit anywhere for retail, the market price should dip on them after a couple of weeks, so if you miss out and you end up having to pay market price, you will be able to get them a little bit cheaper if you wait a little. Resale should be able to make a little bit of profit off of these, but nothing crazy. The bigger men's size will definitely be the most profitable. 12, 12 and a half, 13, around there. Depending on your clientele, some of the smaller men's sizes may not even be worth the quick flip, especially if tax and shipping fees are involved, but that really depends on your unique situation. Like I said, they're definitely going to price dip not too long after release, so if you're going to resell them, you definitely want to get them off as soon as possible. They may end up being a good hold, but I personally wouldn't risk it. But if this was helpful in any way or taught you anything, I really appreciate if you like the video. If you're interested in more early reviews like this or any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Once you're subscribed, make sure you tap the little bell icon where the subscribe button was and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you get notified, you won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody, please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.